everyone. Shalom. Benvenido a todos. And I salute you all. I greet you today. We have another topic for discussion today. The topic for today is about the ancestors. That is ancestral worship. Do we worship ancestors? Why should we not worship ancestors? Or how does the scriptures talk about ancestors? Before we go, I think most of us already know what ancestor is. Our ancestors, for those who might want to know, our ancestors are family members who have died. We try to communicate with them. They've died, buried, and gone. Is it right to communicate with ancestors? The scripture makes it very clear that we should not communicate with the ancestors for so many reasons. Maybe trying to go through mediums or spiritists or necromancers or channeling, whatever the name is, or even offering sacrifices to ancestors. The scripture is very clear that it is wrong. There are so many things that are wrong in doing that. That might not be very clear to the ordinary person. For example, ancestors, there's nothing that is wrong to respect them because, for example, the closest ancestors that we have are our parents. When they die, or our brothers or sister or whatever, near the family members. It might be our grandfather, our grandmother, our parents, So when they die, they become a part of us. Like we say, he rested with his people. People, when they die, if you look at the scripture, it's always written, and he rested with his people. What does that really mean? There is a rest, a place of rest for all the ancestors. They rest, and when they are expected to rest in peace. For example, we can understand from when Samuel, after he died, and Saul was not being answered by the Almighty, then Samuel, was invoked through a medium. Why? Because Saul was desperate, because he wanted answers. Samuel, when he was raised up from the dead by the medium, what did he say? He came up like a god. That's what it was said. That even the medium was frightened because of the power within. Because that power was within. But what did Samuel say? Why do you raise me up from my sleep? He wanted to rest, because that is what people do. That's what our ancestors should be doing, resting. What did Samuel say? He said, if the Lord has not answered you, how can I answer you? They must be allowed to rest. So if you begin to raise them up, you are disturbing them from their sleep. And who knows? There are many demons that can come in form of your ancestors and trick you and now stay with you, and you cannot let them go again. Not you want to let them go, but you cannot, because the demon will refuse to leave. And the medium will not tell you because they've raised him up or her up, but they will not go and remain with you in your home, in your business, in anything you do. Then you begin to see greater trouble that no one can cure for you because you have opened your home to demonic forces, to possession, because we are talking about spiritual vessels here. So it's a very dangerous way. People who have tried it, they've seen that the road never ends. It is from one sacrifice to another, and at the end, if there is no proper administration, everything goes down. So you shouldn't. My advice is that you shouldn't open doors that you cannot close. It's a very dangerous thing. It enters into your home, you are in trouble. Not just apart from the physical trouble, the spiritual trouble, you'll be in trouble with the Eternal One, the Almighty. There are so many challenges. We do understand that people might face different kind of challenges. Why they should call upon the ancestors. They might be missing their ancestors that have died. You know, those ancestors that have died, maybe they've just lost their parent and they want to communicate with them. They don't know, they want to see what has happened. Or they are so depressed. They want to have a closure. Or that is not the right way. Because you might be dealing with something very bigger than you. Like in another topic, we talk about the evil spirit we call Shedim and debunk. The debunker is what we call the ancestors. The ancestral spirit. It can be any member of the family. It is a practice that should not be done. That's why the Almighty, knowing that these things exist, that evil spirits can come, says, do not turn to spirit and mediums. No necromancers, no channeling, whatever beautiful name they call it. It is made to destroy, to kill, to maim, to make you unhappy. An ancestor, there are some ancestors that can come. For example, an ancestor who was a drunkard comes into you, think they are going to leave their drink. They're going to make you start drinking or start smoking, or somebody in your home will start doing those things without you knowing. You say, things just changed. Look at it, he just did that. I can't understand. You open the door. And when you open certain doors, you can't close them. All it takes due diligence and people who understand. Not every charlatan can tell you these things, because they will come, give me money, that's all they care for, but you will never see the solution, because if they give you a solution, the money goes. So you become their source of income. You don't have to do that. You have better ways to make these things happen, things in your life happen. The power within is different from prayer. Prayer, yes, prayer you can ask and pray. Yes, sometimes you use the power within. The Eternal One told you, just like, listen, God said, let there be, and there was. That's the power within. God gave you, the Eternal One gave you that power, which you can use. So those are the powers that the prophets used. People don't teach these things. Why? Because sometimes they don't know. Because he said, my people perish for lack of knowledge or understanding. So sometimes they do not understand. Ancestral worship is not, it's a no-go area, because you are opening doors that cannot be closed if you are not careful. Then the Eternal One said, call unto me and I will answer you. I will not just answer you, I will show you things, great things which you do not know. No mediums. They murmur, they whisper, they do everything. Most of them don't have the power. Some are charlatans anyway. So when you begin to see the power, with power that you have, you are just going to be surprised. You can do all things that is humanly possible. The power within, you can use it for evil and for good. Just as you have the physical strength, you can use it for evil, or for good or for evil. You can use the same strength to work and earn a living and eat. For your household, you're doing something good. I will not digress into that now. There are ways you can do things. We'll come to this topic later. I thank you for listening. Bye for now. Shalom. Arrivederci.